Mm, 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 mm. Made in a London city, lost at home, still I zone out deep in the London city. Prejudice comes, prejudice goes, it's what I know. Used to the cold, made in a London city. Still I make London gritty. I'ma take London.
I'm Omar Wilson. Omar Wilson, call me whatever you like. I've got 3 stories that showed up in my life a lot, kind of before I uncovered this understanding. And the first story goes like, and this one come from a prisoner, and it's called the chicken story. So he said he sees his mind like a house, and the house is messy, which equals a busy mind. And he says one day he's had enough and he just wants to tidy up his whole house, just so he has some peace of mind. So he spends ages tidying up his house, putting everything where it's meant to be, and it's finally tidy. He kicks back and he's got a cuppa and he's enjoying his tidy house. And out of nowhere, a chicken walks in. And obviously you're thinking, a chicken? I said, yeah, chicken. And he sees the chicken like thoughts. And he said, have you ever tried to catch a chicken? And if you haven't, it is pretty, you have to be pretty energetic for that. So he said, if you leave the chicken, it will pluck around, but eventually it will leave the same way it came. He said, this is the same as thoughts. Second story, I call this one the God story. So there was a normal guy and he had a board meeting with God. And he spoke to God and he said to God, send me a sign. And God said, you know what? I'm going to send you a sign. God signed it. He signed a dotted line. He said, I'm going to send you a sign. He said, sweet. So he went back to his town and he heard that day in the town that a flood's going to come in. Okay. So his neighbor came in the car and said, let's go. The flood's going to come in town. And the guy said, nope, I'm all right. God said he's going to send me a sign. I don't need to go. So the car goes off. The flood comes in now and he has to move upstairs. And at the window, he sees a boat and the boat sees him and the boat says, come, let's go. There's a flood, let's go. He says, nope, I'm all right. I'm gonna get a sign from God. I'm okay. So the boat leaves. The flood comes in a bit more now and he's on the roof. A helicopter comes and says, mate, let's go. He says, nope, I'm fine. God said he's going to send me a sign. I'm sweet. So the helicopter left. Unfortunately, the guy died and he went back to the board meeting with God. And he said, God, how comes you didn't send me a sign? You signed the line and you said you're going to send me a sign. God said, I sent a car, a helicopter, and a boat for you, and you chose none. Third story. This one, my favorite story. So there was a normal guy again, and today the normal guy's at work and he works construction. And at the end of his long day, he sees some sawdust and he's thinking, I could use this at home. So he packs the sawdust into a box, and the box is a bit heavy, so he puts it in a wheelbarrow. And he takes the wheelbarrow through work and he gets to the end where security is. Security says, stop. What's in the box? And he said, it's just sawdust. Security guard said, sawdust? Let me see. So he opened the box and it was just sawdust. Security guard found it a bit weird, but he said, all right, sweet. And he let the guy go. So the guy did the same thing the second day, the third day, and the fourth day. And on the fifth day, he's coming through. Security said, stop. What is in that box? He said, it's sawdust. So he goes, show me. And he opened the box and it was just sawdust. And the security guard said, I have a funny suspicion that you're stealing something. And you know what? If you tell me what you're stealing, I promise I will not tell no one. And the guy said, you promise? And he said, I promise. And the guy said, sweet, I'm stealing wheelbarrows.